Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what time it is, and you definitely know what it may be. Bloodstone, the street preacher, late night hyping after the SLAVE. You know what I'm saying? Hope all is well with you guys on this Friday evening, man. A little early situation. I usually go on about midnight, but I was able to get on a couple of hours early, man. You know what I'm saying? So hope all is well with everybody out there. Hope everybody's staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing, drinking that hot water. You know what I'm saying? Stay drinking that hot water, homie. So, I like the way it makes me feel when it goes to my body, man. So, hot and warm water is good for you. Gets your inside moving. But yeah, man, much love for everybody tapping in. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. Everybody's tapping in. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Bloodstone Street Preacher, late night hyping after the SLAVE, late night hyping after the slave, man. It's going down, you know what I'm saying? Not now, but right now. Positive vibes on the late night, you know what I'm saying? So, once again, I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. And for those who have not, if you're watching right now, go and hit that notification bell, comment, subscribe, and it's all good. We over here independent, you know what I'm saying? Making it do what it do. Making it do what it does. Late night hyping after the slave, you know what I'm saying? For those who have not wasn't able to catch me live, man, check me out, man. The latest episode, shout out to my brother Trey Boogie. The latest episode to get your mind right, man. You know what I'm saying? Real life topics from a G perspective. We're doing our thing, coming live from the speed out. Right now, we in the workings, doing our thing at the headquarters, man. We upgrade. So shout out to my brother Trey Boogie, man, for allowing me to be part of his vision. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. But yeah, man, you know what's going on, man. What's going on in the world is going down right now, man. So, all you content creators, man, I probably, for those who didn't catch me on my, you know what I'm saying, get your mind right, man. It's time to flip the script because, people getting tired of seeing all that buffoonery, you know what I'm saying? Mixture of buffoonery and coonery. It's time to be creative, man, you know what I'm saying? Especially the older cats, you know what I'm saying, like myself. You know what I'm saying? All we see out here, man, is, older cats, grandpas and fathers and all that out here being illiterate, man. So it's time to switch up, man, start giving the young generation game. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Compton Rick Rock, you know what I'm saying, earlier this evening. Shout out to Compton Rick Rock, and he was saying something that's very relevant. You know what I'm saying? As older cats, as G's, we need to start showing, the younger generation, you know, what to do, man. Show them, give them spit, show them some game. Put it like that. Give them some game, and but also in the same sentence, a lot of you cats got to be willing to soak it up, man. So you know me, man. All my content, man, is positive. I'm always gonna try to tell you guys to do the right thing because I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want nobody to leave my kids on no mission. So I would definitely not be doing that to other people's children. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. So man, we got some new music coming out next month, February 6th. We got Lifted. You know what I'm saying? Produced by Diesel on the track. Shout out to Diesel. Shout out to the homie Trey Boogie for the plug. You know what I'm saying? So, be on the lookout for that. And then also, I got another single coming out called Say What I Say, produced by the homie Young Smoke, the producer. So I'm coming in hot, man. Releasing new music, man. So I'm gonna just keep pushing. working on a new EP, man. So, God's hand, God's plan. And for those who haven't checked out my recent project, The Underhound, it's available on all digital platforms, homie. iTunes, Spotify, CD Baby, YouTube, the whole thing, man. YouTube Music, the whole thing, man. Bloodstone, the Street Preacher, The Underhound. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I have all my other albums on there, man. So go and check me out. I'm independent, doing my thing, homie. Make sure you check me out on my health is wealth journey. You know what I'm saying? Something for the G homies, you know what I'm saying? For the older men, for the older ladies. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but it's just something to try to motivate us, man, to stay moving. Because as we get older, you know what I'm saying, we must stay moving. And also, man, follow my a new journey I've just started, the life of an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? You'll be following me, doing my little thing, going and trying to book shows and going to the studio and I'm saying write music and everything, man. So remember, homie, the life of an independent artist, homie. You got to keep your mind moving. You can't expect nobody to do it for you. So you got to get out there and do it on your own, man. I know there's a lot of independent artists out there doing it. So man, just keep pushing, homie. It'll pay off in the end. It's all good. You gotta pound that pavement, put in that work. This is your vision and your vision only. And can't nobody tell you about your vision or about your journey. You know what I'm saying? And if you're on your own journey, you have no time to wait, to worry about another person's journey, homie. So, always remember, never talk down or disrespect another man's journey or woman's journey, because eventually you're gonna get on your knees and ask the Lord to help you with yours. And it's being hypocritical because you can't talk about another person's journey, down talking or whatever, and then ask the Lord to help you with yours. Don't work that way, homie. You probably heard me say that numerous times, man, but I want you to feel that, because a lot of times, especially when it comes to music and everything, a lot of people want to get on here and say this person don't deserve this and don't deserve that, and oh, this music ain't this and all that. I mean, who are we to talk about another person's, situation, or anybody, another person's plan, or like I said, journey, and we on our own journey, homie. Everybody's on their own journey. If you don't like a person's get down, whether it be music or what he's talking about, or he or she's talking about, or what they do, whatever, then I'll say it and I'll say it again. Just leave it alone, homie. That's the best way to do. Don't put no energy towards something, man, for what? When you can spend all that energy on your situation, homie. You don't buy something and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna buy no soda if you don't like soda and buy it and then sit there and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I've used this numerous times, but like I said, I'm just to drill in your head. You know what I'm saying? You just don't deal with it, homie. That's how it be, homie. Put that energy towards your own journey, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you feel some kind of way like that, and I'm not saying everybody do that, but if you just feel like, man, to me, this is my just personal thing. When I see somebody that come from where I come from, or I know something about their journey and I see where they at, and they get up there or whatever it might be, it's an inspiration to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an inspiration because, we all got dreams, homie. And when a person accomplishes goals, whatever, homie, I cheer for that person because I'm a person that got dreams too, homie. So, you got to cheer for the next woman or man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't agree with it, for the simple fact that, they follow through with it and accomplish it, you got to give a person credit for that. You know what I'm saying? At least I do. So if you're out there chasing, run to it. You know what I'm saying? But always remember, what I say, You got to deal with hate when you're trying to be great, homie. As long as you remember that, you'll be fine, homie. And a lot of times, sad to say, it's within, not within yourself, but within your circle. You know, it's the way it is, homie. It's the way it is sometimes, homie. Don't get me wrong. Not everybody in your circle or everybody you come across gonna be hating or have bad intentions. You can't go in there thinking like that, man, because you can miss a lot of opportunities. I know I have, but you gotta just watch, homie. Even though, man, it's going down like that, I watch every situation, everybody I deal with, even people I've been dealing with for years. I watch them too, homie. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your situation, because nobody, I don't care what nobody say, nobody's gonna look out for you better than you. You know what I'm saying? So always remember that, homie. And do the right thing, homie. The energy you give out is what you receive. So if you go in there deceitful and arterial motives, then expect that same energy and the outcome from, you know what I'm saying, giving out that energy, homie. So I'm a firm believer in energy and faith, man. That's my thing. I'm the street preacher, homie. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So live by that. Live by good. If you're gonna live a good life, man, which we should all be doing, you're gonna live it like that through and through. Not just because you want something or the camera's on or whatever. Live the way you're gonna live, homie. Live it the right way. If you're gonna be one way and defiant, whatever would you woo, that's the way you choose to live your life, then you deal with the consequences that come with that, whether it be the good ones or the bad ones. If you choose to be a person that points the finger, always remember when you point one, you got four more point right back at you, homie. So keep that in mind. But if you choose to live a life of being a finger pointer, then you got to remember, be like that always and be ready to deal with the consequences that come with it, whether it be the good or the bad, homie. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong, that's the wrong, that's what's going on nowadays. A lot of people ain't keeping it 1,000. So, be what you're gonna be, homie. You'll get farther that way because at least if you are who you are, man, a person knows who they're dealing with and what situation they're putting themselves in, and they can either choose to deal with it or not deal with it, homie. So so if they choose to deal with it and it ends up being the way, and they don't agree upon something like that, then at least they'll know because they knew what they were dealing with from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So all that hiding and all that, man. Come on, homie. A real man or no real woman don't do that. If you gonna be, it's gonna be how it's gonna be, homie. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Take no shorts, take no disrespect, homie. Keep pushing. But like I said, do good business, be a good person, be honest. Make sure a person, if your person is doing some work for you, whether it be music or life or whatever, you make sure you give that man or woman what he's supposed to get for putting in that work, whether it be financially, credit, whatever. That's called doing the right thing. When a man or woman does their work, they're supposed to get compensated, homie. Because looking on the other side, the shooting on the other foot, you would want to be compensated the right way, correctly, and not going through no changes, homie. So a person, when you was down and out, On the come up. You do have a couple of them, a couple of people, man, that, you know, feel where you're coming from, man, and see where you're coming from, and will break bread just off of the GP, man, because they see your vision. When you're able, you get up in there, you make sure you pay that debt back, man. You haven't done, he's like that. My homeboy Steve, rest in paradise. You know what I'm saying? He was like that for me. People who know me, know my story, know my boy Stella Steve. You know what I'm saying? We used to call him P-Funk from the SET. When the group broke up and I started on my Bloodstone, the street preacher journey, he was my manager. And when he came across some little dividends, you know what I'm saying? The first thing he did before anything, man, was came and gave me 5,000 boodles cash. And this is way back in the days, homie, when it cost a lot to make CDs and everything. And that's when I made my first, my first solo CD, Bloodstone the Street Preacher. For those who know, the one I'm dressed like a priest. UPS brought about, that day, they brought about like 20 bucks, 2,000 CDs, 2,500 CDs. All I know is they was giving me a gang of boxes, homie. The UPS truck just came, was just bringing up a gang of boxes, homie. Posters and CDs, homie. That's when I started on my journey, homie. So, there are some, you know what I'm saying? Too bad, the homie passed away before I was able to, you know what I'm saying, give him back the money. You know what I'm saying? One thing he never did, homie, he never sweated me about it. Like, hey, homie, and he, towards the end, man, it was kind of cold-blooded. But, he knew the journey, man. He knew what it was about. He knew what I was doing. I wish he was here with me right now, homie. Wish he'd be here right now with me, man. But, like I said, man, there will be a few in your life, homie. When you're on your journey, when you're trying to, be a football player or whatever situation it be, you might have a uncle, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, that ain't got no, he really ain't doing no, but blood might buy you some, you might, he might buy you some cleats. Sorry about that, he might sneak you a little money, like, here, nephew, I really ain't got no chips right now, homie, but here, go buy them cleats you wanted to get. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get them, but he wouldn't slid them to you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, the homie that, back in the days, homie, cats out there grinding, doing their thing. They will see, they will see somebody, in the neighborhood, whatever. I know a lot of people in different places had the same situation, homie. They see a cat out there with potential, like, homie, he can make it up out of here. They treat him like gold, homie. Him or her like gold. Take your ass home. Ain't no hanging out. Woo de woo. The little situations come up, and moms ain't got the money to pay for the basketball league, or pay Pop Warner this year or whatever. You come through and slide those chips, homie. Here you go, homie. I know he's going to play this year, homie. You know what I'm saying? Just do the right, so when you score a touchdown, say my name or something like that. That's all I want you to do. And he's out there getting money, but he's seen potential. He went out there and he spread little chips, or you know what I'm saying, hey, baby, hey girl, I see you out there. You need some track shoes. Bought, wasn't on no pedophile, no red daughter or nothing like that, or nothing. It's out of potential. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna buy you some little track shoes. Here you go. Here you go, baby. Here's some little track shoes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you see like the little Flojo in her or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, homie, stuff like that used to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, people would give what, just for potential. And, a lot of times the cats that they gave the money to and bought the cleats and all this and all that, they end up being famous, homie. Ask them. Ask a lot of the people that you like that are famous and all that. Ask them, homie. Ask them. A lot of them got stories like that, man. When the cat back in the day broke some bread, homie, and helped him in a tournament or whatever the situation, regardless what he did, homie, he or she did, they did that. You know what I'm saying? Your aunt was braiding hair, making little chips on the side, homie, like that. You know what I'm saying? She'd see you needed these Jordans, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, because you playing, the number one little basketball player, in the city or whatever, in the country or whatever, and they see the potential, whoop wham. They're gonna go and break bread. It's my nephew. He can get us, he might be the one to get us all up out of here. So I'm gonna go and break bread, homie. And just because that's my nephew, I love him. So I'm like, it's like that, homie. Be like that, homie. A lot of these cats that made it, whether it's sports or rapping or singing, whatever, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that they don't, they don't want no, they don't want, they're not ready, they didn't do it for the limelight or nothing like that. Hoping to get to where they at, homie. Help them to get them to where they at, homie. You never forget people like that, homie. You never forget that, homie. I know I won't. Even though you see me out here, man, putting in a lot of work, like I'm out here by myself. There's a lot of people that help me, homie. Help me see different things like I didn't, that I don't see. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my photographer, Kimmy Photography. She always take good pictures of me, man. You know what I'm saying? She helped me. You know what I'm saying? The homie Trey Boogie be helping me with different things, homie. I'm up there taking pictures, and he's like, "Hey, man, you need to take your, I'm up there just worried about taking pictures." And he's like, "Man, you need to come take some headshots." I wouldn't even think about nothing like that, but then I got some headshots in. See little different things like that that make it go. You know what I'm saying? Make it go up in different things and do different things. My brother Dale making me all them covers. I be, you know what I'm saying? I be posting on my Instagram, the AI covers and everything. Shout out to my brother Dale. Holla at him, homie. You know what I'm saying? Very talented. I met him through my homie Steve, man, rest in paradise. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of different things, homie. A lot of different things, man. So, there's a lot of little different things that, make it work. You know what I'm saying? Bloodstone Street Preacher. Even though it's me writing the rhymes and doing this and doing that, there's a lot of little things that help me go. My boy J Watt. Been working with him for over 10 years. Those in Dago know, J Watt, one of the best engineers, mixers, and he made good music too in San Diego, man. He been recording me for over 10 years. Majority of my music is with him. And not saying nobody else ain't no good, man, but it seems like every time I try to go somewhere else, it don't work out, man. So I'm a creature of habit. So a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, that's who I'm working with. J Watt, homie. So it's a process, homie. But 2026, the year of growth, the year of the reckoning. Everything gonna come to a head. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get in and do my thing, homie. Rapping, acting, podcasting, whatever the situation may be, it's going down this year. Believe that. Speak it and believe it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is Bloodstone the Street Preacher. I like to appreciate, I like to thank everybody, man, who tapped in this evening for another episode of Late Night Hyping After the Slave. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for those who did not catch it live, you can catch it on the run back, man. I'd appreciate it either way, man. It helps, man. So make sure you interact. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification bell, and all is well. Make sure you follow me on IG, follow me on all digital platforms, and if all else fails, man, go ahead and Google me, Bloodstone the Street Preacher. But I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing this evening. Once again, thank you very much for tapping in. I really appreciate it. And for those of y'all that do not know, I'm finna let you know. I am Bloodstone, the street preacher, the revolutionary, aka the underhound, B Up Records, self-made entertainment, independent rhyming, independent grinding, but always 619. And you know what time it is, and you definitely know what it may be. Late night hyping after the SLAVE. Yes, sir.